As part of the preliminary cockpit preparation, you have to check that the full-face oxygen masks are stowed in their respective boxes and the portable oxygen equipment is stowed properly. The aircraft has just been powered. The oxy indication is amber, indicating that the crew supply push-button switch on the oxygen panel is in the off position. Select Crew Supply to On. Observe that the cockpit oxygen indication has turned white, indicating that the oxygen is available. Also check that the high pressure indication, pressure in the bottle before it is regulated, is also displayed in green. An amber half frame may appear below the high pressure indication, meaning that the oxygen pressure is below 1500 psi. In this case, you should look at your minimum flight crew oxygen chart to check if the remaining oxygen quantity is sufficient for the flight. The oxygen high pressure indication becomes amber when the pressure is below 400 psi. If the amber regulator low pressure message is displayed, the oxygen pressure from the regulator is lower than 50 psi and you must call maintenance. Suppose that oxygen supply is available. In order to test the oxygen mask, check that the loudspeakers located on the glare shield are set to on. On the audio control panel, the interphone reception knob is selected and adjusted, and the interphone radio switch is set to the interphone position. You can test the cockpit oxygen mask without removing it from its storage box. Test the flow of oxygen by pressing the Test and Reset control. Notice that the blinker flow meter turns yellow for a short time and then goes black, meaning that oxygen is flowing. Next, in order to test the emergency oxygen pressure, you must hold the Test and Reset control down and press the emergency pressure selector simultaneously. Press and hold the Test and Reset control in the down position. No, press and hold the Test and Reset control in the down position. And press the emergency pressure selector. As long as the emergency pressure selector is pressed, the flow indicator stays yellow. This indicates that oxygen is flowing continuously. You can hear the oxygen flow through the loudspeakers. The final check of the mask is to verify that the Test and Reset button returns to the up position and that the supply selector is on the 100% oxygen position. Suppose you are now in flight and a cabin depressurization occurs. In order to retrieve your oxygen mask from its container, you must squeeze the red grips. Click on either of the red grips to remove the mask. To put the mask on, maintain the red grips squeezed, fit the mask over your face, and release the red grips to secure the mask. The harness deflates, fitting the mask tightly. Click on the video window to look at the oxygen mask utilization sequence.
To use the mask, squeeze the red clips.
Click on the video window. Let's assume you have used the mask and restored it. You observe a white Oxy On flag. Press the Test and Reset control. Notice that the Oxy On flag has disappeared, the oxygen mask microphone is de-energized, and the oxygen flow is stopped. Let's now go to the cabin. When the mask manual on guarded push button located on the oxygen panel is in the auto position, the passenger oxygen masks automatically deploy if the cabin altitude exceeds 14,000 feet. Note, the mask manual on push button can also be used to deploy the passenger oxygen masks manually. The passenger system on light illuminates white on the oxygen panel, indicating that the masks are deployed. Oxygen generation starts when the mask is pulled down towards the passenger's seat. There are approximately 15 to 22 minutes of oxygen available, depending on the generator size.